Fine-tuning is one of the most advanced and powerful AI capabilities out there. It allows you to train a custom task-specific AI model based on your curated training examples to reach human-level performance and creativity and fully automate tasks. There is no limit on the number of examples you can feed your model with, but the main difference when we compare fine-tuning to just using prompts is that even if you have the most sophisticated prompt for your task, you're still using the same model everybody else is using, which is why it's not that difficult to identify the people using AI, for example, to write LinkedIn content or SEO content, because let's say ChatGPT is using the same words and the same phrases, and it's pretty easy to spot that. Fine-tuning is conceptually different because it allows you to create something truly unique. And let's say if we want to build a model to write LinkedIn content, and you can feed all of your LinkedIn posts, your fine-tuned model will soak up years of your expertise, your experience, your writing style, how you structure content, the facts about you, everything, to come up with something truly custom. So you extract all of this, store in the model, and then you can deploy that model with new input. Let me show you very briefly how to create a fine-tuned model, and we'll be releasing a series of videos on that because it's a very advanced feature, but it's very powerful. So ChatGPT can't write like humans, but fine-tuning can. That's the key takeaway here. Let's just dive in. Let's go to the fine-tuning screen. If you don't have any models, this is going to be empty. And let's create our first fine-tuned model. You'll be required to connect your OpenAI API key because fine-tuning costs money, and the larger your data set is, the more money it's going to cost. And as far as the number of training examples, the absolute minimum is 10, but aim for at least 100. That would be the safe spot. We have 83, so we're breaking our own rule here. But the whole idea is that you're going to be feeding input and output, and the more times you do that, the stronger the link between these two variables and the better your model is. So in column A, we have our input, meaning we want to feed the idea, just provide a bit of guidance as far as the kind of post we want to write. And in column B, we have the actual post. We'll show you, we will have specific examples on how to come up with this because you're going to be starting, for example, with just a LinkedIn post. And you can use our AI prompting tool to analyze the LinkedIn post and come up with these prompts at scale. So this is a bulk prompting tool. But once you've done all of this, and once you have your data set ready, you need to name your model. You need to highlight your entire data set, capture the cell range. You need to select the model. So we have GPT-4o and GPT-4 mini. GPT-4o is more powerful but more expensive. GPT-4o mini is cheaper. And these are the estimated costs. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of content, and it's pretty cheap. It's very affordable, especially considering the value you're going to be getting out of this. So once you have everything set up, just check that and start a fine-tuning job. Depending on the size of your data set, the process can take anywhere between 10 minutes and 8 hours. And you can close the add-on and you can close this tab once you start a fine-tuning job because it's going to take quite a bit of time, and you will get an email from OpenAI that your fine-tuning model is done. That's when you can go back to the add-on and start using the model. Let me show you the model in action because I have the exact same thing trained here just so that you don't need to wait. Here we have our new input. So we fed all of this content and all of these posts to AI. Now we want to use that model to generate new posts. I typically I typically take 4 equal prompts and just copy them down to get more variety with output, because there's only one substantial disadvantage when it comes to using fine-tuned models, is that if you don't have a large data set, they tend to hallucinate a little bit. So for that reason, I want to have a little bit of variety. All I need to do to use the model, once it's ready for usage, I need to highlight the cell range. The columns need to match, and we have our new input here, and we just need to we want to generate the LinkedIn posts. I select the cell range, and once this button becomes active, I click use model. And what we're going to do is we're going to call the fine-tuned model that we fed all of our LinkedIn content to, and we're going to try to come up with a new LinkedIn post. So as you can see, there are no prompts here. And this is when it comes to the quality of the content. This is the main thing, because even if we're talking about, let's say, LinkedIn content, this is something that you really need to resonate with your audience. And the idea there is you can have the best prompt, but ChatGPT, for example, is not going to be able to come up with real human emotion and write like a human being, but fine tuning can. So that's basically the main idea. It can actually communicate real human emotion. It can check some of these. This is all unique. In some cases, it does hallucinate, but you can turn your model into something very, very powerful, because on top of just training the model, let's say I have this new post idea, and I generated this post and I edited this a little bit. I want to store that, because once I have at least 10 examples, you can enhance your fine-tuned model, meaning you can feed additional training samples to your model so that you iteratively make that model better and better and better. And over time, it is possible to reach and surpass human level performance and creativity. That is the promise of this tool. It works extremely well, not only for social media content creation. For SEO, it can create content that can be detected by Google because you change the logic of how AI returns output. It can automate content creation tasks, categorization tasks. It can take unstructured data and turn it into structured data. The possibilities are endless, because the main thing is fine-tuning removes the limit on the number of on the amount of data you can process with AI. So we're going to be releasing a series of videos on this, and we'll be adding more training examples here. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.